a most extraordinary garden. In the fable, the garden is a symbol for the mind, said Julian. If you care for your mind, if you nurture it and cultivate it, just like a fertile, rich garden, it will blossom far beyond your expectations. But if you let the weeds take root, lasting peace of mind and deep inner harmony will always elude you. Look at the toxic waste that most people put into the fertile garden of their minds every single day. The worries and anxieties, the fretting about the past, the brooding over the future, and those self-created fears that wreak havoc within your inner world. Worry drains the mind of much of its power, and sooner or later, it injures the soul. To live life to the fullest, you must stand guard at the gate of the garden of your mind, and let only the best information enter. You truly can't afford the luxury of a negative thought, not even one. The most joyful, dynamic, and contented people of this world are no different from you or me in terms of their makeup. However, the ones who do more than just exist, the ones who fan the flames of their human potential and truly savor the magical dance of life, do different things than those whose lives are ordinary. Foremost among the things they do is adopt a positive paradigm about their world and all that is in it. The way you think stems from habit, pure and simple, Julian continued with conviction. I have learned that even the best conditioned thinkers are using only 1/100th of 1% of their mental reserves. In Savannah, the sages dared to explore the untapped potential of their mental capacity on a regular basis, and the results were astounding. Yogi Raman, through regular and disciplined practice, had conditioned his mind so that he was able to slow down his heartbeat at will. He had even trained himself to go for weeks without sleep. While I would never suggest that these should be goals for you to aspire to, I do suggest that you start to see your mind for what it is, nature's greatest gift. My teacher was growing more excited by the moment. His eyes seemed to twinkle as he spoke of the magic of the mind and the wealth of goodness it would surely bring. There is no such thing as objective reality or the real world. There are no absolutes. An event that appears to be a tragedy to one might reveal the seeds of unlimited opportunity to another. What really separates people who are habitually upbeat and optimistic from those who are consistently miserable is how the circumstances of their life are interpreted and processed. And it all starts with using your mind more effectively? Exactly, John. All success in life, whether material or spiritual, starts with that 12-pound mass sitting between your shoulders. Your outer world reflects the state of your inner world. By controlling the thoughts that you think and the way you respond to the events of your life, you begin to control your destiny. This makes so much sense, Julian. I guess my life has become so busy that I have never taken the time to think about these things. When I was in law school, my best friend Alex used to love reading inspirational books. He said that they kept him motivated and energized in the face of our crushing workload. I remember him telling me that one of them said that the Chinese character for crisis is comprised of two sub-characters. One that spells danger, and another that spells opportunity. I guess that even the ancient Chinese knew that there is a bright side to the darkest circumstance, if you have the courage to look for it. Yogi Raman put it this way: there are no mistakes in life, only lessons. There is no such thing as a negative experience, only opportunities to grow, learn, and advance along the road of self-mastery. From struggle comes strength. Even pain can be a wonderful teacher. Pain? I protested. Absolutely. To transcend pain, you must first experience it. Or to put it another way, how can you really know the joy of being on the summit of the mountain unless you have first visited the lowest valley? Get my point? To savor the good, one must know the bad? Yes, but I suggest that you stop judging events as either positive or negative. Rather, simply experience them, celebrate them, and learn from them. Once you consistently apply this principle to your daily life and start to condition your mind to translate every event into a positive, empowering one, you will banish worry forever. You will stop being a prisoner of your past. Instead, you will become the architect of your future. Okay, I understand the concept. What else might a humble, middle-class lawyer do to improve things? First of all, begin to live out of the glory of your imagination, not your memory. Run that one by me again? You see, things are always created twice. First in the workshop of the mind, and then, and only then, in reality. I call the process blueprinting. because anything you create in your outer world began as a simple blueprint in your inner world, on the lush picture screen of your mind. When you learn to take control of your thoughts and vividly imagine all that you desire from this worldly existence in a state of total expectancy, dormant forces will awaken inside you. You will begin to unlock the true potential of your mind to create the kind of magical life that I believe you deserve. From tonight onwards, forget about the past. Dare to dream that you are more than the sum of your current circumstances. Expect the best. You will be astonished at the results. I began to reflect on my own life. When I was a kid, I dreamed such great dreams. Often, I visualized myself as a sports hero or a business tycoon. I really believed that I could do, have, or be whatever I wanted to be. There were no limits on what my future could bring. I honestly don't think I felt that kind of freedom and joy for 15 years. What happened? Perhaps I lost sight of my dream when I became an adult and resigned myself to acting the way adults were supposed to act. Maybe I lost sight of them when I went to law school and started talking like lawyers were supposed to talk. In any event, that evening with Julian at my side made me resolve to stop spending so much time making a living and to spend far more time creating a life. "Looks like I have you thinking about your life also," Julian observed. "Start thinking about your dreams for a change, just like when you were a little child. Start to revere life again and celebrate all of its wonders." Julian then reached into the depths of his robe and pulled out a little card. One day, while Yogi Raman and I were walking along a quiet mountain path, I asked him who his favorite philosopher was. He told me that he had many influences in his life, and it was difficult for him to single out any one source for his inspiration. There was one quotation, however, that encapsulated all the values he had come to cherish over a life spent in quiet contemplation. The words came from the great Indian philosopher Patanjali. Repeating them aloud every morning before I sit down to meditate has had a profound influence on the course of my day. Julian then showed me the card. The quotation read, "When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all of your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person than you ever dreamed yourself to be." In that instant, I saw the connection between physical vitality and mental agility. Julian was in picture-perfect health and looked many years younger than he had when we had first met. Success on the outside indeed begins with success on the inside, and by changing his thoughts, Julian had changed his life. Exactly how can I develop this positive, serene, and inspired attitude, Julian? After all these years in my routine, I think my mental muscles have grown a little flabby, I said with sincerity. If you diligently apply the strategies I am sharing with you every day for only 1 month, you will be astonished at the results. You will begin to tap into the highest levels of your own capacity and enter the realm of the miraculous. But to reach this destination, you must not get hung up on the outcome. Instead, enjoy the process of personal expansion